Dark so long I cannot find the meaning. Hold my hand, let me stay by your side through this never-ending night. I can feel it now, it haunts me. All these demons, how they surround me. In this red light, it calls me. He is reaching out, consuming. Tyrant of the dark star, where's my love? What hold this heart?
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Tyrant of the Dark Star. I'm Aubrey, your GM. I'll introduce my players, who they are, who they're playing, and we'll get into things.
Hi, I'm Maki. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Gravewing, the Nagaji Sylph vigilante monk / air cadeticist, who also uses she, her pronouns, and she is the party mom / strategist of the rebellion.
Hello. I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Laeth IV, the matricidal Dhampir dandy rogue and spy master who uses she, any pronouns.
Hello, I am Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm playing Eurideux, just Eurideux still. They are our Nephilim, cursed boy of a problem. They are going to be the party in this rebellion's firebrand, and they also use they, he pronouns.
Hello, I am Farris. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Alouette, a totally normal Nephilim thaumaturge bard having a very normal and good time learning all about her way more cursed family. She also uses she, her pronouns and is the Anathema partisan.
Hello, I am Sparlock, and both me and my character use he, him pronouns. I'm going by Alistair Whiskerfield, wizard detective extraordinaire, as heir to the fine distinguished family of wizard, mice, ratzards, Isoki arcanists. I swear I was always aware of it. I keep my whiskers to the ground to uncover the truth of the powers that be who subjugate us, by which I mean I'm our recruiter.
And hello, to round off the group, I am Tick. I have he, she, they pronouns, and today I'll be playing Nihil, a flesh warp sorcerer who is just a totally ordinary cook and quartermaster for the group, and definitely not a cannibal. Parentheses, he's a cannibal, but it's a dietary restriction, so don't be too mean to him.
Okay, players, so who wants to tell me what happened last time?
I dubbed this onto Farris specifically.
I will be your backup, lore dropper.
Thanks.
Last time on this game that we play, we had a conversation with the mother of the Bloody Blades, who Gravewing happens to know has the first name of Lorelei. Interesting information there, that Gravewing is on first name basis with the mother of the Bloody Blades, who tells us that she would love to help us out, except for her forger went missing. Weird. Actually, a lot of people have been going missing. Weirder still, they're all Dhampir, which Lorelei is aware of because she is a Dhampir and she keeps a close eye on her community. There's a little hand touch between Gravewing and Lorelei. Laeth does witness this. Anyway, so the missing forger's name is Gavin. We're trying to find him. It's a problem. Nothing in the alleyway. The party splits up. The nobles go to a local bar called the Crow and Hammer in order to talk to an acquaintance of Yuri. Nope, psych, it's an ex. Unfortunately, the ex doesn't have a ton of information except for that an old rumor / ghost story has raised its head again about a screaming woman. Maybe that's related. Maybe that's not. Who knows? Also, point of interest, you already know this, but we're gonna re-mention it here. We do have a Dhampir in the party. Probably not gonna become a problem. I think it's gonna be fine. Yeah, and that's where we left off.
I mean, did you mention we split the party and left the Dhampir with the party that can't contact people?
Well,
It's fine.
we're in a public place. There's like 4 other Dhampir here, we were told by Oscar. I think we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, we have the person that turns into Eldritch Horror
Exactly.
and their cousin.
Exactly.
Who definitely doesn't turn into an Eldritch Horror.
Allegedly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was saying you don't turn into an Eldritch Horror.
My favorite part is the last time we left those two to do anything, they failed.
Oh, you didn't leave them at the time.
Oh, but the universe did. And they failed. They didn't just
Oh.
fail. They went to jail.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Everyone went to jail.
You went to
Yeah,
jail
but-
too, motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's
You
you two
failed too.
specifically.
You
Well,
failed too.
No, I didn't, because my bitch is alive and actually came to us. I got shot afterwards. After
We're alive
running.
too.
Ours was dead before we got there.
So you
Yeah.
failed your
No,
job.
it was a
No,
murder
no,
mystery.
We were post.
Our
it
job
a
was to
murder-
discover
yeah,
who
exactly.
did it.
It was a murder mystery, and we did
And we
find out what was
find
killing
out.
it. We just, got one-shotted by the boss fight that we were doing.
Yeah,
at
I
level
got one shot. It did 36 health at level 1.
I want to see you fight the boogeyman at level 1.
Anyways, it's not us. Go.
Yeah, no.
Aubrey
So
had
hold
to
on.
up how many times she shot me at level 1. So I mean,
Yeah, but that was like Elias Gore.
Yeah. Well, the other 3 of you are being taken by Lorelei to Gavin's room. As she said, he sort of lives above the Silver Fox, a sort of nearby house of pleasure. They rent out some rooms to people, and as you approach, it is a little subdued tonight. Usually, Gravewing, you've passed by places like this. There are people outside, trying to get people interested in coming in, having some fun, indulging in pleasure. And you're let in. No one's questioning any of you because you are with Lorelei, and she is pretty much in charge of the district. And led through this area and up to some of the rooms above, and eventually to Gavin's room. The door opens into what is barely more than a bedroom with a small wash basin.
okay, we're gonna, I guess, start. I was gonna say, don't mess with too many things because that would be rude. But you just said there is like a bed and a wash basin here, so I don't
There's
think
there's a bed, there's a small desk, and a wash basin.
Yeah.
This is literally like you pay by the week for a place like this for it's like a silver piece a week to stay here.
So yeah, just gonna start looking around, I guess. I will let Alistair actually take lead with this because you're the investigating type. I am mostly just gonna make sure that if you for example, flip the table goes back to place.
So
So I
Alistair,
can
what do you...
I could pull out a knife and slice the bed. No, don't need to do that. But so are there any drawers, storage space? This desk, does it have any drawers, or is it just like a table with a chair in front of it?
It is literally just a table with a chair in front of it. On the desk, there seems to be the a forger's kit, essentially, what Gavin uses to work with.
Yep. I will look around. So what I am specifically looking for, is any correspondence or things that would imply that he was meeting with people or going places that are different. And will look on or around the desk, as well as underneath the bed if it's not flat. And like
got that much room off the ground. It's like a little elevated, like 6 inches or so.
Like all the places that you might store money effectively. In what he is. This is a sad existence for this forger. You'd think that you'd get a better house working for the local mob.
Honestly, unfortunately, the district itself doesn't have a lot of options. District has more people living in it than they have places for people to live. But yeah, there are not really letters. There's like on the table, there's the forger. There's like a logbook of essentially finances and keeping track of documents that have been forged, like they were forged for and what they were of. Sort of where the bed meets the frame. If you lift it up, there's like a small little sack of money, sort of like Gavin's savings. Under the bed, there are some small boxes that when you pull out, they're pretty much full of clothes. It looks like it has honestly maybe had like 3 to 4 outfits of clothes kind of rotated through. There's not a lot here. Certainly you don't see any kind of correspondence with anybody sort of saying he was going to meet up with anyone.
Yep. And okay, so that answers a couple of questions. Again, like as a elementary, my dear Watson, wizard investigator mouse. But so we know that
elementary, my dear cannibal.
I'm not going to steal his money. He did not return to gather clothes. Like, so he did just poof. Like, there's nothing different about the couple of days before versus, like, I'll just go back in his books like a week or two to see, like, just was regular. Everything looks the same.
Yeah, for the most part, there's nothing. I mean, you're looking at the logbook of a forger, so I don't know how Alistair feels about that. But, you know, for the most part, it just seems to be, you know, a note for this, you know, forged identification papers. There's a couple of deeds of property that were forged. There was a birth certificate that was forged.
All right. I think so that's, yep. Words. Anybody else think of anything else we should search? I think we might have to go to the tavern and see what they found there.
Just double checking. Nothing on like secret compartments and stuff like that. Yeah.
None that you can find, and certainly nothing that like trips Alistair's that's odd. There's also a good chance that they didn't keep anything that was too personal here because it was a room they were renting.
Yeah, okay. If there's no log books that could, or diaries or journals that could potentially indicate what they were doing that day, maybe. But yeah, otherwise, not really. I don't got anything. Except for maybe asking the people downstairs if they, what they saw him doing last.
I will hand the logbook to our employer, and because, you know, the forger's kit is just like stuff to make seals and like things to draw. Not too incriminating, but she may want to hold on to that logbook just in case.
Yeah, Lorelai will slide it in a pocket. Yeah, if anybody wants to talk with the people of the bar, of the house, you know, give me a diplomacy roll.
Actually, I have streetwise, so I can use society instead. Yeah,
go for it.
Has it been 10 minutes? I can. help you out as well?
Yes, it has. I imagine you're combing through the room close to like 30, 40 minutes.
You said diplomacy, right?
You can do diplomacy
20.
or that.
Or that, okay. I don't want to talk to people, but I'm pretty good at it, so I'll give it an attempt, I guess. Maybe let's see how fucking pathetic I am and take pity on me and give me a phone. That was comped between an 8 and a 20, and I'm mad because I can't just take the 20. I'm too ethical of an individual. I have to reroll it. Fuck me. I'm using a hero point. I should just take it.
That's when you just sneeze really hard in the direction of your dice.
It was almost on the 20 side. I was like, I can't. I rerolled out at 4, and I'm using a hero point. I don't care. That's mean. Okay, that's acceptable, kind of. That's a 21, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I should have just taken a nat 20. I should have just been like, it's close enough, but no. Fuck my ethic.
And Gravewing, what was the total? You got a nat 20, but what was the total?
Total is 27.
27. Yeah, you get from the people working that the last time anyone saw Gavin was the morning before he went missing. And you came downstairs, grabbed a cup of coffee, and then went to work. He mostly kept to himself, spent most of his days at the place the Bloody Blades call their home base, for a lack of a better term, and then would come home and sleep and do work occasionally when he couldn't sleep. Didn't really, take part in any of the activities the place offered. Just kind of kept to himself.
Gavin doesn't fuck.
Gavin's ace. Write that down.
Okay. I think Gravewing is just very surprisingly good at with people, specifically people that she immediately doesn't want to showcase animosity towards. So not rich people. And honestly, very genuinely, I think she's just very respectful. And I don't know, maybe the clothes she's wearing is a little tight, so it's like, oh, look at that, that's a lot of arm, just things like that happen. And Griff's like, what? You guys are being a little, okay, cool, okay. And Griff, like, too nice, nice enough, doesn't matter. That's the information we get. And Gravewing will relay that to the people that are here. Just be like, I guess.
Oh, thank goodness I hate talking to people. We have so little to go on.
We do. Worst case scenario, just get me on a roof and I'll listen. That's it. That's literally how I started doing crime-related shit.
I think our best bet at this point is to lay a trap, because we clearly can't find them, so maybe they can find us.
Here's the thing. We would have to use one of the Dhampir that we have. And even then we'd have to trust everyone to stay out of sight. And I don't think that's going to be as easy as you think.
Mm-hmm.
We'd also all would have to be here for it to be safe. Splitting up when there's hardly a front line is difficult.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk more. Let's just hope that the others got more information than we did.
Yeah. I'm a little stumped on this. It's not really what I do. We could wait to see when they strike next, but that could be so unpredictable. Keeping track of every Dhampir that's in the city would be a nightmare.
Well, the Blades are here for that. We just need to be in the city. In this part of the city while it happens, and hopefully we can get to it.
Has there been a pattern of locations for these attacks so we can try to anticipate the next one? Like, is it a line?
The next attack should happen tonight. Where, though, is the issue?
Yeah, there's no pattern for where, but a pattern for when.
You've sort of learned that this person seems to be an opportunity-based killer, or, like, attacker.
This person. Okay, so it's an individual. Okay, so it's very
Are you
situational.
saying
Unknown
monsters
subject.
can't be individuals, chick?
Yeah. Fuck you, Skip. No, I'm kidding.
Schism in your head is like, this is hurtful. Is this what a toxic relationship is?
I can't believe you've done this.
I'm
Don't worry,
sorry, babe, please.
Don't worry, Schism. We're gonna find a way out for you.
No.
You
This is toxic.
always
Yaoi.
have a couch / body to crash in.
This is toxic yaoi, isn't it?
I desire the freedom.
The freedom? Damn, Nihil, you're fucking diabolical, aren't you?
I didn't do it. I feed this guy 3 meals a day. I care for him so much.
You're killing 3 people a day? You're eating 3 people a day? Kyle,
Well, you think I can eat the whole body in one sitting? Do you eat 3
Yes.
whole turkeys a day?
I have seen glimpses of Schism, and I assumed the appetite is boundless.
How many bodies have to do? How many bodies does Skizz eat a day?
The last time you ate a body, the
many as
whole
you'll
thing
feed
did
him.
not come back. And that was in like 2 minutes.
So the 3 of you eventually make your way to the Crow and Hammer, and it takes you a minute. You got to push into the rather packed tavern, but you'll see a table near the bar with your other 3 companions, and a bartender that's kind of glowering at Yuri.
What did you do this time, Yuri?
What's happening?
Death glare. Even I can tell, and I'm a rat.
Just it's fine. Truly, it's fine. I got some information if you want to sit down and ignore the bartender.
Oh, that is not very nice, Yuri. Ignoring them is how you got in this mess.
Eurideux, like pinches the bridge of their nose and just. Did you find out any information? Looking specifically at Gravewing.
Well, it would appear that Gavin takes his job seriously, doesn't do much, doesn't go out anywhere much, and doesn't fuck. Then I looked at Lorelai and be like, oh shit, sorry.
Fine. I was there when you asked the questions.
Oh shit, you're right. Well, yeah.
Okay. Talked to Oscar, bartender. So they haven't noticed anyone too strange. No holy blood or anything has shown their face around here. Obviously they know about like what's happening. He pointed out a couple of Dhampirs here. I paid to make sure that they're given plenty of food and drink so they don't have to leave anytime soon. The only shadow that's been a little strange is that there's been a resurfacing of talks about a wailing ghost, a spirit of someone over at one of the dilapidated mansions around here. Lorelai / the Mother of Blades is here, right? Then Yuri would face to her is like, do you know about this? I was here a couple years back when it surfaced, but couldn't pin down or find anything.
One of those ghost stories of the district. There was a doctor years ago, wife, children, all of that. The house burned down in a tragic fire. Then a little while later, people started saying, stories of the wife crying and yelling for her husband and children.
Yeah. That's the only thing you know, I believe. So we could maybe, the mansion would be an idea. We could also try a bait and switch situation. You will need to have a Dhampir, but with all of us, we could definitely protect them.
Lorelai says I can volunteer if I can take care of myself. And if you give me time, whoever it is won't recognize me.
You're gonna need to make sure that the rest of your group knows so they can at least keep up the appearance that you're here.
And sort of off in the distance, you can still see Lorelai's persistent shadow of Clover.
It may not be useful, it may be useful. But I think I can trade visages for a brief time. If that helps with this scenario, then
Can
you would
you
not
handle
necessarily need to
Yourself
put
in a
yourself.
fight?
Yeah,
Vaguely.
I have not
Eurideux,
died yet.
It's not impressive.
Are you sure that is the best course of action?
I can handle myself in a fight, and I trust that at least Gravewing to be able to follow me without arousing too much suspicion. People don't see me without my mask, so they don't know what my face looks like.
Would it be best to set up an ambush as opposed to just wandering around?
I mean,
Then you can have more backup.
my thing is I don't know what this person has planned.
But we know they will be invisible,
Mhm.
and if I am paying attention, I can at least know if some invisibility magic is in the area.
The idea is
Yeah.
that we still need to find the missing people.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee that interrogation is gonna work. You can beat someone until they give you information, but at that point, they'll just take it.
She snaps her fingers, and you watch as Clover approaches, and she whispers something to Clover, and you watch as Clover sort of pushes up her sleeve and grabs this bracelet around her wrist and sets it on the table and says, "These bracelets are attuned to each other. Not full, it at least, if I'm taken, will give you the direction that I've been taken in."
Well, that works.
Clover, we're going to have to exchange clothes.
So we could have, because I think Gravewing you're pretty stealthy, right?
I need you to know that it's because my dex is so high. I'm not trained in stealth. I'm just lucky. I'm
What's your
so
modifier to
fucking
stealth?
lucky.
I have to know.
My modifier to stealth is 5. I'm lucky.
Mine's higher
I'm
than
stealthier than
yours.
you?
I'm not trained in stealth. I don't get much training
my God.
in stuff. Yeah.
It's just the dice, huh? Okay.
It's
so funny.
yeah, that's why if anything, I keep saying I would prefer to be on the rooftops where parkour makes more sense than stealth.
yeah.
And then I have everything to use at my advantage.
You see, as an ambush hunter, stealth is very important to me. I don't say this out loud. I say this like to as a joke.
Yeah, I'm trying. Like I'm next time we do our proper level up, I am thinking of taking stealth, but I'm not trained in stealth. I'm just lucky. I go pure on luck for stealth rolls and also hero points. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, if I could be on rooftops as well. I mean, with the new tool you gave me, I could keep Overwatch.
Yeah. You watch as Lorelai and Clover get up from the table and walk upstairs.
Lorelai has implied that she's gonna take her mask off, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look to the rest of the group and be like, you don't say shit about her face, you don't speak of it, and you definitely don't use anything with this information. You are all so breakable. Don't give me a workout I didn't ask for. Got it?
Didn't need to say anything.
Good.
Did you say you
just a
are-
guy.
Did you say you are also like ALSO
No.
or also?
Also, like you,
Okay.
all of you. This is a threat. I am threatening your lives.
So I can mentally
Another
prepare
Tuesday.
myself. Does she look just as weird as my face, or less weird, or more weird?
You'll see.
That doesn't help me prepare for a reaction.
There is no way to prepare for it.
Is she hot?
I think she's hot.
Oh,
I think out of your league.
are you guys
Or
dating?
Moth Mom's league.
That you don't know. We are not. No.
Who's taking the bracelet?
Me. Respectfully. No, disrespectfully. Like, I assumed it was given to me.
It was placed on the table, but it would have been placed on the table in front of you.
Moth Mom has a lot of bracelets on right now.
Mhm.
So
And it's just a bracelet where you spend one action and in what direction the other person with the corresponding bracelet is.
Okay, wait. We should also figure out our plan because we have bait. We have a bait and switch going on. We have 2 people on a roof. Laeth is good at stealthing, and I feel like Laeth can be placed anywhere. The rest of you 3 are I don't know what you plan to do. I know that Nihil can climb walls, so in theory Nihil can be anywhere. But that leaves the 2 of you, Alistair and Lou, on what you would like to do. And ideally, we need to be quiet. You can also probably just stay here, but like at the same time, I would rather have the whole group together just in case, because you can spam detect magic, and Alistair can follow. Like if we lose the trail, Alistair can follow the fastest.
If I stay near Lorelei, then at least I will know if someone is approaching, and we will know it is time. If they approach in the same way, which is to say, magic.
If we could, trying to think of how much distance we would need to like not be obviously following her, but if we could set Gravewing up like say 60 feet to the north and us 60 feet to the south, or whatever that is with like a square root of 2 or whatever because of trigonometry. But if we could stay on either side within 120 feet, one of 2 things would happen. Either they would head towards Gravewing or away from Gravewing or sideways, but we would be able to communicate with message to coordinate the chase in either way. Just a thought. Or like have you follow from the roof and we'll follow 120 feet behind. But we should definitely be nearby.
Ideally, we would be forming a circle, but not a kill circle. We're not attempting to jump them just yet. It's more like away enough to follow in any direction.
Yeah.
But also hidden so that way we can follow.
How long is a block?
I am not a city planner.
It is
Too
typically
many
300
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we won't.
Typically.
So the most we could do is like half a block away. Although you have the ability to cast message even further, right?
A mile, yeah.
Does it require line of sight?
Not for me, no. It requires open air. And I kind of just say what I need to say. If I say someone's name specifically, that's how the message travels to the exact intended target. But it is the message spell, so in order for the target to reply back, they have to see me. We have to be in line sight. So in theory, if Yuri and I are on 2 separate rooftops many feet apart, I can send a message and Yuri can send one back because you can see me. Same thing with y'all. If you can see me from the rooftop and you're on the floor, that would work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about this time as you're figuring out this part of the plan. The two figures come down. You can see that now they have switched clothes. Clover has pulled a hood up over her head to hide the fact that her hair is now she has blonde hair, whereas Lorelei has black hair. So it's sort of to hide that fact. But yeah, as Lorelei starts making her way towards the table, you notice sort of like a practiced way in which she walks, sort of the way she's doing it, sort of like kept her shoulders slightly hunched forward. She's practiced in making people not notice her, sort of letting her hair fall in her face. The best way to put it is, if you've seen the like the 2022 Batman, the way that Bruce Wayne is and versus the way Batman is, it's just so vastly different. But you can tell this is sort of something that she's putting on as she sort of slides into the table across from you, and you get a good look at her face. Her skin has the pallor of a Dhampir. It's a little darker, but still with kind of that same lack of life. It's the best way to put it. The one thing that your eyes will all be drawn to is her mouth. She has what we would all call a Glasgow smile. These scars that go from the corners of her lips towards her ears, as it looks like a very strange grin at all times. And she looks up at all of you and says, "Okay, what's the plan?"
Basically just relay what we talked about.
Mm-hmm. I think if we're dealing with an illusionist, I know Alouette mentioned sensing some spell casting hypothetically. I can pick something up that might help to stun them, at least a little bit, if that works.
I think if things go bad, then yeah, stun them. The idea is we are following.
Mm-hmm. Just if they notice us and start to cast spells and make it more difficult, it might be
Exactly. That's when we're just gonna jump them if they start fighting us. But ideally, Plan A, we're not seen.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if I have anything to help us hide, but Mal's been checking like a little book this entire time, probably because I've been looking at all of the spells I can pick up with the mental trait because of my occult thing. And I've just been like, ooh, what might be useful here? And I'm like,
What occult thing?
It's basically you can spend 1 minute to learn any occult spell for until you do your daily preparations with the mental trait.
Okay.
I did mention it in the chat, I'm sorry. I asked.
You did, but you were just very unspecific. So I was like, I wanted to make sure I knew what it was.
Well, have you considered reading my mind directly?
Unfortunately, that is not a skill I possess.
And even then, you and your furry little fucking brain, I don't want to know what's going up in there.
I don't think Aubrey would want to know what's going on in here. It's not very good. Anyway,
if this were inside out, all of your emotions are whack.
Yeah. It only takes a minute. I'll wait and pick.
Mm-hmm.
See.
Yeah. Lorelei gives sort of a small grin and just says, "Not the first time I've been kidnapped. Hopefully this time will not be as bad as the last."
This line of work, getting kidnapped is once every 2 years, I want to estimate.
Give or take.
Yeah.
The last time it were people thinking that by taking me, they could get back at my mother. The joke's on them. She doesn't care about me.
You have a surprising more amount of mommy issues than I thought. Or than I realized.
Stick around. We are burning moonlight. I will take a route towards what I will pretend is my home, and we'll see what happens.
All else fails, just aim for the silver fox, I guess. That makes the most sense.
That's true. And you watch as she sort of like goes through her pockets and sort of makes sure that she has everything she needs.
She's not going completely defenseless, right? Like she can hide a knife.
She's got a knife. She's hiding a set of lockpicks just in case.
That's good.
There's kind of the idea of, if she kind of wants to be kidnapped, so you could at least figure out where this person is operating out of. But at least, once that happens, she can get herself out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give her one of the tarot cards.
Okay.
It is sharp. You can throw it or cut things, but it looks very innocuous, so it might be helpful.
Do you want to roll on that D100 table real quick?
I'm curious what it is, always. I always want to know what it is. 000 is 100?
000 is 100, yeah.
Wow.
It's the Liar. It is a chaotic evil card of charisma. It represents destructive, treacherous love. The Lamia signals obsession, star-crossed lovers, or unrequited desire.
Lou files that information away for later to consult her little tarot book and find out if it means anything if you just draw it randomly, or if you have to be doing something, or did she learn something about Gravewing and Lorelei? Maybe not. Who knows?
Whatever we have going on is way more healthier than whatever the fuck you and Laeth have going on. Thank you.
True, yeah.
So, you all pay your tab, and, Yuri already paid the tab, so you finish up your drinks and head out into the city. Lorelei sort of waits for all of you to get into position, so I'm going to either need stealth, acrobatics, or we'll do society. Stealth, athletics, or society.
Society calls me gay. My society is actually the best. I'm going to use that.
I'm going to use society since I
Acrobatics.
have a history of being
Acrobatics,
here.
yeah. Acrobatics, athletics,
I give her my
athletics. Okay, I'm doing athletics.
Yeah, if you want to use athletics, because athletics can also be used to climb.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I swear to fucking God, I got the nat 20 again. Actually not
Let's
tilted this
go.
time. So that's 29. It was hold on, I'm sorry. I feel bad about that tilted dice that you completely botched. Here you go. Here's a nat 20, legally this time.
Farris, what'd you get?
17?
Okay, you look way
I'm
more
gonna
concerned.
use a hero point on that 3.
You do have a
Well,
hero
it's
point.
because the 7 looked like a 1 for a hot minute, and I had a double check.
I got a 26 for athletics. To be climbing.
17. So
Hey,
far,
twinsies.
I've rolled a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 7.
30 stealth for Laeth.
I went
So-
society, BT dubs.
Society. Okay. So we've got Gravewing and Yuri on top of buildings. We have Laeth stealthing and Laeth and Alistair stealthing, and we have Nihil and Alouette using society to navigate the streets. And we have Lorelei using deception. As Lorelei continues her facade of a normal person. This kind of downtrodden person in the district. And you watch as, the way she walks, the way she carries herself. She starts off at a point across the district. When you're near the Crow and Hammer, there's plenty of people still walking the streets, but after a few blocks, it starts getting less and less. And it's a good 20 minutes before something happens, Lorelei takes a shortcut through an alley, and that's when Laeth, the person on the ground, you see it happen. You watch as this person in these, honestly, what looks little better than rags they've wrapped around themselves. You can't see them truly, but they're not there 1 second and then they are. And you watch as they bring this sap just like right across the back of Lorelei's head. And you don't know how much of it is Lorelei acting and how much of it is maybe getting hit, but you watch as with deadly efficiency this person works and moves as they knock Lorelei out, and sort of with also one motion from that, knocking them out and then moving to swing them over their shoulder and head off in a direction.
Yeah, I imagine I'm sticking decently behind, and I think that Laeth will assume that everyone else also saw this, or will see Laeth as she follows.
Yeah, you'll see. It's a little harder
pursue.
for the people on the roof to see, but you will see. Both of you will see the person who comes out of the alleyway with Lorelei over her shoulder.
I will keep I'm going to keep up the pace, but I'm keeping my eye a little bit mostly on the bracelet as well to kind of see how this thing works, just in case.
Yeah, if you ever spend that thought to activate it, it's almost like the bracelet itself is pulling you in a direction. You feel like the faint tug. Each of these bracelets has a magnet on it that are constantly attracted to the other.
Okay, that works.
That's so gay.
Yeah, and I didn't have it originally. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, you do now. And as you do this, I'm going to ask for another roll from everyone to see how you stay hidden or keep up.
Come on, Alouette, we got this. We're the society bros. Come on, Alouette, we're good at society.
We have a hero point yet?
That's not encouraging.
You should have
3, so...
I would like to say, for the sake of my dice being really apologetic, it toggled on the edge to a 1 and then flipped to the 13. And I was like, oh, thank fucking Christ.
Hey, 22 for Alistair.
Using a hero point, it's 29.
Using 2 hero points, it's 28.
Oh, jeez.
Using no hero points is 26.
I'm just taking a 22. I think that's good. I was just, the tilt to the 1 really got me. I was like, no. And I just light on 13. I was like, you know what?
I also got a 22 in athletics to keep up.
Oh, I swapped to acrobatics because I think it makes a little bit more sense if I'm trying to keep up. However, I do have things like freaking, oh god, what's the feat's name? Powerful leap and stuff. So I don't gotta worry about them jumpings. I do have to worry about if I fall. Actually, no, I don't. I have something for that too.
Yeah, we aren't using the chase rules for this time, so you're all managing to... This person is moving quickly, so you all manage to, with your roll, sort of keep pace with them at your respective distances. There are a few times where some of you have to stop as this person looks around to try and see if anyone is following them. And then, eventually, you are brought to this charred remains of a manor, and you watch as this person goes not through the front door or anything. They go around the alley behind and then vanish.
Eurideux, mostly to themselves, just like, it's always fucking manners.
Nothing good ever comes from rich people. Where's the bracelet? Like,
It is pulling you towards the manor. It's essentially this manor is kind of like edged up against the wall of the district, so you kind of can't go beyond it. So you're kind of all on these buildings and these alleyways, sort of looking at this mansion as you watch this person sort of go behind it, and then, as far as you can tell, somewhere in the mansion, onto the mansion, something like that. Certainly not in the mansion itself. You can kind of see through that.
Yeah, no, and they went behind the alleyway too, like, as well, and then just disappeared. So, yeah, I think the alleyway was probably the way we're gonna have to go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but probably when we're all like met up.
Is this just an abandoned ass manor, or does this is there like any sort of thing we can do to like, what's the deal with this manor?
It's the burned down manor from the story.
It's deeply haunted.
Oh, okay.
Yuri tried to investigate it, but failed because they couldn't find the alleyway.
Excuse me. I was looking for the ghost, not the Dhampir kidnapper.
Ooh, Yuri's racist against Dhampirs. Didn't want to look for their kidnapper.
I'm going to fight you.
You can.
Silence, witch person.
Well, letting a kidnapper get away is a little on point for these cousins.
Yuri has jumped off the building to meet up with everyone but you.
What's the plan?
Keep going. I'm just trying to make sure that we're all together before we dive in.
I will detect magic just to see if that helps point out the entrance / if the person is maybe still there, but invisible.
And I'm gonna use I'm gonna use Whisper on the Wind for Lacey, right? Lacey? Is it Lacey?
Yeah, Lacey.
Clover.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Clover.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I need her name, not just her alias.
Lacey.
Yeah, I need her name. So my thing will just be to tell her where we are, where Lorelei was taken. So just in case, if she wants to show up later with the entire guild and jump this place, that'd be hilarious. Or find us when we die, things like that.
100%. Yeah, you send that message off, letting Lacey know where you are. As Lou, as far as you can tell, there's no illusion magic. It's kind of they disappeared because they got out of sight.
Oh, okay.
And they kind of crossed behind where the building is.
Is there an entrance back here?
Are you going around the building?
I thought we were as a collective group, yes?
Yes. Yes, there what appears to be entrance to what was probably a cellar.
Does the cellar entrance seem trapped in any way?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
21.
21. Yeah, you do notice that there is like a simple it's not the door itself, but like the entryway, because it kind of like goes down steps. At the top of the steps, there's a tripwire there that's set to ring a bell.
Yeah. I would like to disarm that, please.
Yeah, give me a theory roll. This one's a very simple trap, so it's going to be a very low DC.
Good. 22.
22 is more than enough to disable the bell trap.
Well,
Do you,
I think
do
that
you
as...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I shouldn't say as we sort of congregate around the doorway, Laeth will point out the bell trap sort of as she's disarming it and say, keep an eye out as we go.
And the door itself does appear to be locked.
Oh.
And I attempt to unlock it.
Yes, you can.
Get your
Oh
rolls
no, I'm
in.
out of hero points. Wait, what time is it?
10:45.
Okay, technically it's been 3 hours, so do I have one more?
Technically, yes, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. 26.
26. Yeah, you managed to unlock the door.
Oh, good girl. And I'm gonna go in.
Laeth visibly reacts.
I just don't want to be first or last. If there's anything scary, I don't want to deal with it.
I'm first. I'm willingly being first.
I got my frying pan out in case I need it.
Okay, Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, let down your hair, and just the skids minutes come out. Anyways.
and that's terrifying.
That's a nightmare.
Yes, it is. So Gravewing, you were the first through the door. As you open the door, it itself, there are no lights in here. You see with dark vision and kind of the grayscale. The smell that immediately hits you was the coppery scent of blood, the smell of rotting flesh, and death. Something is not right here. And that's a question that we'll have to answer next time.
You take us to all the nicest places, Aubrey.
Oh my
You're
god,
welcome.
there's a lot of... How rotten are these bodies? Are they still edible?
That's the next time question.
Oh
This is the next
my
question.
goodness
Leave
gracious.
it to the cannibal.
Actual
come on, I
cannibal,
hung-
not
You don't
Yeah.
see any bodies. You only smell dead, rotting flesh.
Well, it's okay. We'll find them later, you know? Someone's got to do body disposal around here. Anyways, Aubrey, may I take us out?
Yes.
Thank you for listening to another wonderful episode of Goblets and Gays. If you like what we do here, feel free to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, please, at Goblets and Gays. We have all sorts of amazing content. Do you want to hear me talk about absolutely unhinged things for like 5 minutes straight while no one stops you before the game starts? You can get that bonus content on our Patreon. We have like an almost 2-hour reel of bonus content that's just shit posts because I can't keep my mouth shut about feet pics. So honestly, check it out. It's definitely worth it. But remember, stay safe and only eat people that are not rotting.
Wake me now from my sleep, I'm dreaming. Dark so long I cannot find the meaning. Hold my hand, let me stay by your side through this never-ending night. I can feel it now, it haunts me. All these demons, how they surround me in this red light. It calls me, he is reaching out, consuming. Understand a priest alone. Tyrant of the dark side. Where's my love? Won't hold this heart. Daylight is a distant dream. Non facta est lumine. Drift off from this home ever fleeting. Dark prevails, but my heart keeps on beating. Take my hand, we must face it again. Yes, terrible some notes. After days, you come, mortal, to be honest, time to pass the moment. After days, you come, mortal, Leah, Farris, passes moment. Tyrant of the dark side, here's my love, won't hold this heart. Daylight is a distant dream, never est losing.